Alright, so you've launched your own recruiting business, but you're having trouble getting new clients. Heck, you're having trouble getting responses from potential clients. And the most frustrating part is that you probably feel like you have most things that you need to make your new recruiting business work, but what do you do when your strategy for getting new clients just isn't working? Well, in this video, I'll be breaking down 3 client acquisition strategies that go way beyond the basics. And with more than 10 years in the recruiting industry, I'll be able to share with you insider strategies that will take your tired, old, and worn out business development tactics and breathe new life into them. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is John Tanroad, founder and CEO of Recruiting Accelerator. And over the last 4 years, we've helped more than 300 people successfully start their own profitable recruiting businesses, even if they have a 9-to-5 job or are brand new to recruiting. So if you're ready to level up your client acquisition strategies, then let's dive in. One of the biggest reasons why most recruiting business owners struggle with getting new clients is because that they're all using the same worn out strategies that every other recruiting agency is using. Which isn't their fault, because years ago those client acquisition strategies probably worked. But if you're stuck using the same strategies today, then it'll make sense that you're going to get the same margin results as everyone else, which is not nearly enough to move the needle in your recruiting business. Because when you run a recruiting business, it's not just about effort. I mean, recruiters are some of the hardest working people I've ever met. But if you want to succeed, you need ways to stand out from the competition, and it all starts with implementing new, smarter client acquisition strategies. Because if you're grinding day in and day out, trying to reach out to new clients, but you're not getting the results you're hoping for, it can be super frustrating. I get it. The silver lining though is that you're not alone. Every single successful recruiter I know has faced those same challenges, and they felt the same frustration and heartbreak when they keep running into brick walls. Now, if you want to turn it all around and get new clients, here are a few things you can do right now to start moving the needle in your recruiting business. The first and probably most important is optimizing your recruiting niche. You don't want to be known as a generalist recruiter who says they can fill every single position under the sun that comes across their desk. Because let's face it, you can't really be an expert at every single position out there, right? So what do you do instead? You focus on becoming known as a recruiter who's an expert at filling 1 or 2 specific positions. Like the recruiter who's known to be the absolute best at finding financial controllers, or at finding software engineers, or at finding sales reps. When you become known as the best at that one thing, it bleeds over into every single thing that you do. So think about your niche. What are the current market demands? What are you passionate about? And what type of industry background do you already have? Where those all meet is where your niche will be. And by the way, if you're torn between which niche to pick, or maybe you already have one that you're really good at, please drop that in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys are working on, where you're looking to recruit on. And this way I can actually customize future YouTube videos based on the type of niche you guys are focusing on. The next thing you want to do is to strengthen your network. This one can't be ignored because, as the old saying goes, your network is your net worth. And the more time you spend establishing and developing relationships, especially when you're an expert at 1 or 2 different positions, the easier it's going to be for you to grow your recruiting business. And I don't mean networking with other recruiters or trying to split deals with them. I mean, while that works, you can make a lot more money by building your network with hiring managers who all have roles that you can fill. You'll all be proactive on LinkedIn and reach out to industry leaders for advice or collaboration opportunities, or to gain insight into the type of role they need to fill. And you'll also want to make an effort to participate in industry events, both virtual and in person. It's really about starting conversations with people you might be able to help. And in the world of recruiting, that's everybody. I mean, think about it. Everyone you might meet at a professional or networking event either is somebody who is in a position to hire people, or they might be in a position to look for a new job for themselves, or they'll know someone in one of those 2 categories. So the next time you're out networking, think about every person you meet as someone who could lead you to a potential client or lead you to a great candidate who you can place. And it's true that it's not just about what you know, but who you know. And that comes especially true when it comes to recruiting. You'll want to make it easy for new clients to want to work with you by showing them that you've helped other people just like them. And the best way to do that is to start asking for LinkedIn recommendations specifically from every single hiring manager you've ever worked with and every single candidate you've ever placed. So when you start building up your LinkedIn recommendations on your profile, you're actually building up social proof and showcasing your track record of success to future clients. Finally, focus on installing client acquisition systems that work on autopilot instead of relying on willpower and discipline to do business development. I mean, let's face it, willpower is a finite resource, and if you're planning on running a successful recruiting business part-time, on the side, while holding down a day job, and juggling family responsibilities, good luck trying to carve out a few hours per week, let alone per day, to manually reach out to prospective clients. It's just not gonna happen, at least not consistently. Instead, you'll wanna set your business development efforts on autopilot by leveraging LinkedIn automation and email marketing that will essentially cast a wide net and tap a bunch of hiring managers on the shoulder to get their attention and offering help to fill their open positions. Now here's the deal, a lot of people already know that they need to leverage LinkedIn and email automations, but they usually don't know how to implement those things effectively. A lot of them will try to subscribe to a bunch of different tools and try to duct tape them all together, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, which is why it's so important to have a proven roadmap to follow, especially when you're trying to leverage more modern business development strategies. Because trust me, the last thing you want to do is to make newbie mistakes that you didn't know you weren't supposed to make and accidentally get your LinkedIn account restricted for a few days because you didn't know how to set up LinkedIn automation properly, or you maybe end up in spam jail because you didn't warm up your new email marketing domains properly. Things that you might not know that you were supposed to do. All right, so in summary, by focusing on a specific niche, building up a network that sees you as an expert, and by leveraging LinkedIn and email automations the right way, you really can have the recruiting business you've always dreamt about. One that gives you the financial freedom and time freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want, and with whomever you want without having to request PTO. Alright, while the puzzle of how to acquire new recruiting clients can be solved using what I've just given you, what we've explored today is merely the tip of the iceberg. I've actually developed a 6-step process for how to launch your recruiting business, get new clients, and scale to $20,000 a month or beyond without having to quit your 9-to-5 job right away. So if you want to check out that free training video, just opt in below in the link in the description. Alright, thanks for your time and attention. I appreciate it. Again, my name is John Chitanro, and if you got any value from this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing because that would help me out so much. Alright, thanks again and take care.